this is the Heather and Tony music show.
All right.
And we're usually on LTTV, but because of some last minute changes, we're now on Rock-a-thon. So cool. We're very happy to have Michael McInerney with us, former alumni of LT, now incredible songwriter and ginger in general.
I'm one of those things.
You are. You're both of those things.
So, I just a little background. I graduated a year ago, and a year ago, this great program hosted by the lovely Heather and the even lovelier Tony.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Heather.
I understand.
You know where my heart lies.
You know where the loyalties lie.
This didn't exist. So
This
when
did
I
not.
when I saw it was back, I'm like, "Yo, dog, hit me up."
Yeah, and we were very excited because, as you know, Michael McInerney is a legend around here at LT. He is the greatest. He's not only a really good guitar player, but he's a really good singer and a really good songwriter. And as of last year, a really good actor. He was in Jesus Christ Superstar, and he was Judas. So yeah, we're very excited to have you here. We'll go through the whole show like we usually would, and we will get to hear Michael play an original song off his new single,
Yes.
right? I say single, but there's an A side and a B side.
So
right?
since I'm a jerk,
Right.
I made it an A side B side single like they did 50 years ago because
retro.
Also, I thought it would be a good opportunity to like show, you know,
That you're a jerk.
yeah, that I'm
Right.
a jerk.
Okay. That's I think what all artists' goals should be. Like,
To be a
how
jerk.
can I be the biggest, you know what?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So
I really enjoyed the songs, though. I was really excited when you announced you were putting out some singles.
I was
Thank
too,
you.
because I've been a long admirer of your work, and as I'm sure a few of you know, Michael McInerney's biggest fan is my mother, who I remember specifically like calling me out and being like, "Do you know that one with like the really long red curly hair?"
Oh my God.
And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, he is so talented and he's so good," and so my mom will be very excited.
I'm
Now-
happy. I'm good with the mom demographic.
Oh yeah, Michael's a big mom's guy. That's where he's pulling in the money. That's where this.
Can we
Yeah.
cut? Can we cut?
Not anymore.
This is live, baby.
So let me explain how the show works. So Heather has a band of the week where she will talk about a band that she likes very much and tell us a little bit about it and stuff. And then I have a band of the week and I do something pretty similar. Not band-wise, but same sort of style. We talk about the bands and stuff. Then we have a little fun music game. This one is particularly hard and will be left to pretty much just guessing. Let's hope neither Heather nor Michael cheated and looked at the script while I was gone.
I did not.
I did, but I still don't know the answers.
Yeah, no, I researched them like an hour ago and I still don't know the answers. So
I hope you have them written down like somewhere.
I do. I bolded them on
Oh,
Google Drive.
oh, okay.
I'm
not gonna look. Not gonna look.
We're pretty professional here on the show. So then right after that, Michael, we will learn a little bit about you. I'll have you talk. I'll talk about yourself for a little bit, something that all musicians love to do. And then after that, we play a fun music game, or we jam. So this week's song is Head and Heart's Rivers and Roads. And you get to play a fun and weird percussion instrument. And Bill or Matt, if you're listening in the studio, could you run and grab that box really quick because I forgot it. It looks like Bill is nodding his head. Thanks, Bill. Bill's the best. All right, let's
He's
start
just
then.
confirming that you forgot it. He's not gonna get it.
Oh.
He's just...
We'll see. We'll see, I guess. So Heather, you want to start then
Sure.
with your band of the week?
So my band of the week, her name is Phoebe Bridgers,
Okay.
and she's kind of up and coming. She's pretty new.
O'Malley. Come on, O'Malley. Switch to Heather's camera.
No, he left
He
to get the
left.
box.
Oh my God.
Directorless.
Directorless.
Okay, so
Can I ask you guys a quick question?
Yeah.
Just
Sure.
to kind of like kill time for the camera to get on Heather.
camera's on me.
Oh.
What's your question?
Never mind.
What's your question?
I forgot it.
Okay.
You forgot it?
Yeah.
All right.
So
Awesome.
my band of the week is Phoebe Bridgers, and she's an indie folk artist from Los Angeles. She's 23 years old now, so she's
Okay.
still pretty young. She's been making music like all of her life. when she was 11, she wrote her first song, and so she's been playing guitar for a long time, and really gotten her sound definitely like solidified, which I think is pretty cool. So she released a Killer EP in 2015. It was called Killer, and that started gaining a lot of popularity. And so she originally just went in the studio with Ryan Adams when she was 20.
Okay.
And that was only to record the song Killer, because he heard her sing it at like an open mic night thing, and he really wanted her to record it and like put it out there, since she didn't really have any music from the studio. It was just kind of demos and stuff like that. And so he listened to that song, and then he wanted to hear her other stuff, so she played him 2 other songs, and he decided to turn it into a 3-song EP. So she did that, and she released it, and it started gaining a lot of recognition in the indie folk genre. That's mostly what she plays.
Ryan Adams.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, he's super cool. He has really good music, too. And so then she started to, do more open mic nights and stuff like that. And then by 2017, she was able to release her debut album called Stranger in the Alps. And I am completely obsessed with this album. And there's one song on it. It's like the last song on the album. It's a cover of You Missed My Heart by like Monsun Kill or something.
Kill? Do you know anything about them? That sounds like
I
an
don't.
interesting name.
I started listening to them once because
Michael
originally I thought she had written the song. And so I was like, wow, like that's a really good song. I was really surprised by like the lyrics she wrote. And then she ended up, I like Googled it, I looked into it, and I realized it was a cover. It wasn't really
Now, did she do a really good cover, or is the song something worth checking out?
Yeah, it's incredible.
Now, is the
both.
original song... Oh, okay.
I think you should check out both, because the original is pretty, more a bit, like, little techno in a way.
Okay,
like, I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah,
but,
there's like some... There's some modern
and then,
production techniques.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And then, once I listened to the original, it's crazy to see that she was able to take that song that's more techno and make it so indie folk that I genuinely couldn't tell it was a cover. I thought she wrote it, which I thought was pretty cool, because a lot of times you hear covers and you can tell like this isn't their song, these aren't their lyrics, but hers it just blends right into the whole album. So I was really impressed by her, especially since she's pretty new in the industry.
Should we listen to a little bit of it?
Yeah, sure.
Some commentary going.
Yeah, it's so it's got that piano just like her other songs, and her really almost like ghosty vocals over it.
Now, is this the cover, or is this the...
This is the cover.
Okay, cool.
Broke into her house, saw her sitting there, drinking coke and whiskey in her bra and underwear. Saw him in the kitchen, hanging up the phone. I asked him nicely once to pack his things and go. He gave her a reassuring look, said he wouldn't leave, but I asked him one more time. This time pulled out my sheath, stuck him in the back, and I pulled it out slow, and I watched him fall down. And as the morning sun rose, he looked at me. He said, "You missed my heart, you missed my heart, you got me good, I knew you would, but you missed my heart, you missed my heart," were his last words before he died. Looking out the window, up at the blue sky, listening to her scream, listening to her cry. A feeling of relief came over my soul. I couldn't take it any longer, and I lost control.
All right, so that was a little snippet of Phoebe Bridgers, You Missed My Heart. And so the original song, she didn't write it, but the original person who wrote it, he was taking this concept of, like, he walks into his girlfriend's house and finds another guy there, and she's cheating on him. And so he eventually gets into a fight with the guy and tries to kill him. And the guy looks at him and says, like you stabbed me, but you missed my heart. Like, you didn't kill me. And then it goes into him telling the girlfriend all the things he missed about her. And then she says, you missed my heart. Like, you didn't mention my heart. And then it goes into, like, he goes to jail and he escapes from prison. And as, like, the prison guards are running after him, they shoot him. And they hit him in the arm and, like, the leg, I think he says. And so he looks at the prison guards and says that they missed his heart. And so I thought it was just a really cool concept of, like, the way he wrote the lyrics are super poetic.
Yeah, I wonder where he
really
got that
interesting.
concept from.
I
That
have
sounds
no
like
idea.
it sounds like an old story. Or
You know,
something.
it's funny that you bring that up because there's this old folk song called Matty Groves, which it's
Who's it was
it's
just like
an
a
old
traditional,
it's like a
like House of the
1500s
Wilds. Yeah.
English
Yeah.
folk song, and it's about a lady goes to church and finds like young man, like I'm talking like 18 here.
Yeah.
And she's like, hey, come over to my house. And the guy is like, no. Oh, is this Matty Groves?
Yeah, it is.
So it's about, it's about like, he's like, hey, I can't come over. Your husband will find out. And she's
Yeah.
like, no, he won't. So then the husband naturally does end up coming, and he kills him
Oh my god.
in like a sword fight.
I wonder
and
if
then
he
he
got
kills
the
his
inspiration
wife.
from that.
It's not the
That
exact
just sounds
same
way
story.
dark. I don't know if that
Yeah, it
sounds.
sounds a
That's
little
not nearly
darker.
as clever. I think that's
No.
just really dark.
Well, you got to understand.
Well, that's like
English folk songs.
oh, bring around the
Yeah.
Rosie about
Yeah.
the Black Plague.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but I just thought, I don't know, the way, like, the first time I originally listened to the song, I was just like, wow, like, this is a super cool song. I really like it, assuming she
Yeah,
wrote
and
it.
then
'cause
you
it
look
just
into it, and
blends
you're
in.
just like, oh my god.
Yeah, and then
Pumped up
once
kicks.
I really listened to the lyrics, I was like, wow, this is like a whole story. It's crazy.
All right, who's ready for my band of the week?
I'm ready for your
Go
band of the
for
week.
it.
I'm super excited about this band. They are superb. They are getting really big. Well, they just broke up.
Moonrays?
They
I was just
broke
about
up.
to say
They-
that.
No. I mean,
I was so close to saying
they're
that.
nowhere near the Moonrays, but
Wait, the
We
Moonrays
have the
broke
lead
up?
singer here from
No.
Moonrays.
The Moonrays are still together.
yes, they
Yeah.
are. No, but this
Thank
band
God.
just broke up, which is kind of well, they're on a hiatus, but it's looking like a really long
Long
hiatus.
Is it One Direction?
But they're awesome. They're from Australia. They're getting really big on the psychedelic and reggae scene. They're called Sticky Fingers. I don't know if you've heard of them. They are I can't describe how good they are. Their lead singer's voice is incredibly unique and just superb, and the lead guitarist is excellent. The bassist is like insane. They're really good. The lyrics are really good. The music is really like catchy and really good. A lot of great lead guitar work on all of the albums.
Is it like a Rolling Stones cover band?
No,
Yeah.
no, I know. My dad said the same thing. He's like, Sticky Fingers, that was the name of a Stones album. And I'm like, yeah, it was.
It was.
And it's not every time I look them up, it's the first thing that pops up is the Rolling Stones album. But they are really good. They're excellent. They were formed in Sydney, Australia in 2008. The band consists of Dylan Frost, who is the lead singer and rhythm guitarist, Patty Cornwell, who is plays bass and also does a little bit of vocals, Seamus Coyle, who is lead guitar, who is insane. He's out of this world good at guitar. And Beaker Best is drums and percussion, and Freddie Krabs plays
The
keys. and
Freddie
sings.
Krabs?
The Freddie Krabs.
Oh, yeah,
They're
Freddie Krabs.
they're yeah. He's fun names. They're signed to Sure Shaker Music, which is in Australia. The band formed after Cornwell and Best saw a homeless Dylan Frost busking outside a hotel. So, like any good band should start.
Yeah.
Obviously. They have released 3 EPs They're very popular. They've released a bunch of singles and 3 EPs. They're very popular in Australia. Their first album, Caress Your Soul, which was released in 2013, reached number 39 on the Australian album charts. Their second album, Land of Pleasure, released in 2014, reached number 3 on the Australian album charts. And their third album, Westway, which was released in 2016, has a lot of cool collaborations on it, reached number 1 on the Australian album charts. And they are, I cannot stress to you how good they are. And if you haven't heard them yet, you need to check them out. They're awesome in every way. Go to, Luke's going to play a little bit of them. Go to YouTube.
Do you want me to play something live or something? Or
Yeah, play Cyclone. It's on their YouTube. They have a bunch of songs. They're very kind of like scattered band a little bit. And so they have a lot of songs that they haven't recorded. But it's funny because Cyclone is their most popular song, I think, but it's not recorded.
That's weird.
It's only an
Wow.
acoustic version, and there is no swearing in it.
the Village Sessions?
Yeah, Village Sessions.
All
It's
right.
really good.
Only acoustic,
There's
and
a
there
lot of
is no
artists that
swearing
do
in it.
that.
No swearing.
I really hope there's no.
No, like they have like an acoustic version
I
of a
hope they
song,
don't-
and it's
I hope
10
they don't
times more popular than the
pause.
original.
Yeah.
And it's not even recorded. It's on Spotify, nothing. You sent me this one.
Yeah, I did. It's
It's a
really
good,
good.
one, yeah.
I thought this was a. What, oh, this is all. This is all we could find.
That's what Michael gets, buddy.
So I do get
Oh,
a
we have
hero.
this.
So Michael does get a gyro.
Dude.
That's right.
We have the box.
Oh, we have. You brought the box.
Been there the whole time?
Did you not see Matt O'Malley came in?
Oh boy.
Matt O'Malley walked in and was like, here's the box. Okay.
Listen to that voice though, and that arpeggio in the background.
No love is lost, or no sweet wisdom gained. So save your tears, then save yourself the shame. Oh, cyclone. As we left the house and took a step outside, I could taste in the air a familiar sense of pride. And the wind did blow as you held your head apart. Then I saw the clouds draw storms into your eyes. Oh, cyclone. Cyclone. He's my man, but said I'm breaking bones. Out in the fire, won't leave it alone. It was bent and I was unable to pull him inside. So bend down them bridges, dig up them walls. What's that you got? 'Cause I'll have one of those. Darcy, I can never hate ya if I try. Cyclone. You're on your own. Cyclone. You're on your own.
pretty darn good, wasn't it? I don't want to toot my own horn, but toot, 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 my band rocks. Now, as you all might remember from my brief mentioning of it earlier, this is a special edition of Heather and Tony's talk show because it is Rock-a-thon, and our very beautiful, very lovely board operator, Luke Cunningham, is going to talk a little bit about Rock-a-thon.
Yeah,
and, why you should
Rock-a-thon.
donate.
All right. Rock-a-thon is the only fundraiser for WLTL, and it's pretty crazy. You know, it's a high school, and we've got people all of President's Day weekend here running the board, having shows 88 hours straight. So we started 5 a.m. on Friday, and we're ending at 9 tonight. So there's been people here constantly. We're accepting donations. We've got plenty of different silent auction items that if you want to go on WLTL.net, you could check. Otherwise, we got people on the phones right now, 708-482-9585. Call in. If you got a song request eventually, you could call in for that. We're doing that for $5. Otherwise, if you'd like to donate or ask about the silent auctions, call in 708-482-WLTL.
Now, this is the only way the radio station makes money, right?
As far as I know, I mean, this is like our
Fundraising.
the private fundraising that we've got.
There could be like a secret society of sponsors that like donates, and it's like the Illuminati.
Tony,
but for
Tony,
88.1.
Trust me.
Tony, I'm gonna have to silence your mic.
Trust me, Tony, I was here for 4 years. If they are here, they better come out soon.
They're just like a secret group of like lizard monsters that control everything that happens at WLTL.
Tony, we're gonna have to make you.
He knows too much.
Luke's like quiet. All right, so we've gotten to that very special part of Heather and Tony's music show, where Michael, you're gonna engage in a little game. And what's fun about this time is too, just because it's gonna be based completely off guessing, and I didn't know Luke Cunningham's gonna be here, so Luke Cunningham, Michael McInerney, and Heather will
I
all
didn't
be
read it
guessing.
this time. I normally
no,
read
she
it.
didn't read it.
I read the game. I did not read
so
it
I
this
can
time.
join in.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Awesome.
you may.
Awesome.
So you are all going to guess. The name of the game is Who's the Chart Topper of Blank?
Ooh.
I'm not gonna know any of these.
The guest has to guess what band had the biggest song of that year in the U.S. These were songs that stayed number one the longest on the U.S. Billboard 100. Luke, if you Google these answers.
Oh no, I
Don't
will
worry, he
keep
won't.
my hands off the keyboard.
We are going to
awesome.
start with the most recent year on my list.
All right.
What was the most popular song?
I'm not
Were you
looking.
trying to get a glimpse?
No, I'm not looking. I was looking at you.
Can we get like
What?
hints?
find
No,
out
yeah,
what
I'm
year it
giving
is?
you I'm giving you four options.
Oh,
Sick.
okay.
All right. So, what was the most popular song of 2010? Was it A, Fireflies by Owl City, B, I Got a Feeling by the Black Eyed Peas, C, Poker Face by Lady Gaga, or D, Right Round by Flo Rida?
I'm going to say B. Because
You're
the
gonna say
Black Eyed
B?
Peas
I'm gonna say Black Eyed
were
Peas.
a powerhouse of hits
I remember listening
What
to
are
that
you gonna
song
say, Luke?
all
in
the
the early
time.
2010s.
See, I'm gonna say D because I feel like Black Eyed Peas were a little bit earlier. Wait. So what was what was D?
I will give you the options one more time.
You voted
A,
for Dean. You don't know which one.
Wait.
Fireflies by Owl City.
I feel like that was earlier too.
B,
Yeah.
I Got a Feeling by the Black Eyed Peas.
Okay.
C, Poker Face by Lady Gaga.
Maybe
And
Poker
D,
Face.
Right Round by Flo Rida.
Can I?
I feel like a
Flo
lot of
Rida
these
was
are,
after. Flo Rida was after.
Tony.
That's why I'm gonna go with Flo Rida right now.
No,
So,
I think
all
that
these
was like
songs aren't
2012.
from the
Oh,
same
really?
year.
No,
guys.
all of these songs, this isn't like this for every list, but all these songs were actually number one hits in 2010.
Were they really?
All of them?
Really?
All four
Then
of
I'm
those
gonna
songs.
I'm gonna go with Black Eyed
Wow.
Peas then.
You're going to go with Black Eyed Peas?
Yeah.
Black Eyed Peas for you, Michael?
Yeah.
Black Eyed Peas for you, Heather?
Yeah.
You all guessed correctly.
Okay.
It is B, Black Eyed
All right.
Peas. They stayed on for like, I think it was like 12 weeks with that song. Or
Wow.
something.
That's
It was
because they're
something
the
insane.
greatest group
And-
of all time.
And 12
They're musical
12 weeks,
geniuses.
12 weeks with that song, but you know what preceded that song number one on the charts?
What's that?
What was their other? Boom Boom Pow.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Wait, I feel like I
That was
just
a
heard
lot.
you talking about this
7.
10 minutes ago.
Really?
But I didn't know that it had to do with
Oh,
the
it
show.
could have
so,
been.
Yeah.
Could
The
have
song
been.
was bumping.
All right, now we go a little bit farther back.
All right.
All right.
What was the most popular song of 1997?
Oh God.
Was
Oh,
it
this-
A, Honey by Mariah Carey, B, Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana, C, Get Jiggy With It by Will Smith, or D, Candle in the Wind by Elton John?
Are these all?
It has to be
90s?
Candle in the
Now
Wind.
these are not all. These are not all songs
From that year?
from that year.
Okay,
No.
wait. Can you say them
It
again
has to be
one more
Candle in the
time?
Wind because Candle in the Wind is still number one. It's the number
Honey,
one most played
Honey
song ever.
by Mariah
Really?
Carey.
Yeah.
Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. C, Get
know if that'd
Jiggy
be
With It
popular.
by Will Smith.
Nirvana
And
had to be
D,
before then.
Candle in the
Yeah.
Wind by Elton John.
I think Elton John.
Candle,
would be before
Candle in
that.
the Wind
Yeah.
is still
No, 'cause
number
that was
one.
on-
Like, it had to have been.
That was on the. Well, this is like just for that year.
Yeah,
played.
this is just for that year.
'Cause that was like Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, right? The same album.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
think
little
so.
earlier than '97.
Well,
that-
but no, but it doesn't have to be that year.
Unless it was like
Like,
released
it doesn't
as a
have to.
movie
It doesn't have to
again.
be released from
songs,
that year.
reissues
Yeah.
of songs can chop
Okay.
charts.
Oh yeah,
Chop
maybe he like
charts.
You have
remastered
10
it.
seconds. You have
Maybe
10
he
seconds.
remastered
10, 9.
I'm still going with Candle in the
I'm
Wind.
I'm saying Will Smith.
I'm going with Will Smith.
I'm going Candle
Heather
in the
is
Wind.
correct.
I
It
knew
is.
Of course
it.
she's correct.
Because Princess Diana died that year.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
that song got
Oh.
insanely popular because it was like her big
Wow.
theme and Elton John played it and cried.
Why
And
don't
so
they
it
teach
was-
us this in school?
Yeah, exactly my
That's so
point.
sad.
All
That's what
of
we
these
need
are
to
weird.
learn.
Honey was actually on the. I was really disappointed. It was all. I thought the '90s were gonna have some sort of like grunge or something thrown in.
I just
but
don't
there
know if that
wasn't.
would be like the most popular.
Yeah. No, I feel
Yeah,
that.
because so Candle in the Wind is still number one, and then it used to be I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston, but Ed Sheeran's Shape of You just
no
passed
way.
Really?
Whitney
See,
Houston
I
for
don't like
number two.
Divide.
His old music is so much better.
Yeah, I agree.
But
Everyone's
isn't
like,
that
"Oh, Divide's
crazy?
great," and I'm just like,
Like Ed Sheeran
I
just
believe
beat out
it.
Whitney
Shape
Houston.
of
That's
You is
so
such a
wild.
catchy song. that
Yeah, it's catchy,
like-
but that's not even one of his good songs.
Yeah, I know it's disappointing. All right, well, anyways,
I just thought that
I
was
have
so
no
bad.
opinion.
It was
and
so
on that
crazy.
cue, moving on to the '80s.
Alright.
What was the most popular song of 1983? Was it A, Every Breath You Take by The Police, B, Beat It by Michael Jackson, C, 1999 by Prince, or D, Africa by Toto?
Africa. I'm saying
Are you
Africa.
going with Africa?
I don't
The
know
most
about any
popular-
of these years.
Michael Jackson. I don't know. I wanted to say that was more like 84, 85, but I'm gonna go with the Michael Jackson.
You're gonna go with
song.
Michael
I'm
Jackson?
going with Toto.
You going with Toto?
What was the Michael Jackson song again?
Beat It.
I'm going with Beat It.
Yeah.
It
Haha.
was Every Breath You Take by
Oh.
The Police.
Really?
totally was.
And you know what's funny is
I
that
did
it
not think
wiped out the other. Like Michael Jackson had like songs on there, but like Every Breath You Take was like I think it was another like 12
Wow.
or 13 week.
I would not expect that.
Yeah, neither did I. It totally hit me by. I was expecting like a Prince song or Michael Jackson or something,
Yeah.
but it
I
took
had
me
to
by
go with
surprise.
Toto.
All right, this one.
Of course.
Of course.
Now we're going into the 70s,
All right.
Oh
the
man.
age of disco, right? Some funk.
Yeah.
If-
What was the most popular song of 1976? Was it A, September by Earth, Wind, and Fire, B, Silly Love Songs by Wings, C, Tonight's the Night, Gonna Be Alright by Rod Stewart, or D, Play That Funky Music by Wild Cherry?
Oh man, Rod
either
Stewart's a
that
fox.
one- What was the first one?
I hate Rod
September. I'm going with September.
You going with September?
I'm going with September.
I'm gonna say Rod Stewart just to upset Tony.
Okay.
What were the other two options?
The other two options
That
were
Funky Music.
Silly Love Songs by Wings and Play That Funky Music by Wild Cherry.
I don't
Well,
think
it's
it's silly
September.
love songs. I might go with Wild Cherry on this one. I
gonna
feel
go
like
with
that's
Wild
not
Cherry?
the number one.
We
though.
have
Yeah.
3 different.
I'm going with September. Come on,
Yeah,
that song's so popular.
Yeah.
You
I
guys
I'm
see
Yeah.
shaking
that.
it up. I can't
Still
keep
so
answering what
popular.
That's
Heather
really when disco
answers.
started to, you know.
Yeah.
Well, so that's final then.
September.
September. Rod Stewart. Michael is right. It is
No!
Rod Stewart.
He's a fox. He's got a
Yeah.
built-in audience.
You know what's funny?
Do you think I'm
What
sexy?
it-
A
he
big
has
song.
he had
Yeah.
he had the biggest concert of all time.
Really?
Yeah,
Just
you know, isn't that
size
disappointing?
or length?
Yeah, size.
Or
Like
Wait,
amount
wasn't
of
it in
people
a
that
different
came.
Country?
that's crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't a dirt. It was
was in,
I
like,
don't know where it was.
Argentina
It
or
was but it was
something, right?
huge. Like everyone in that country came. It was insane.
Wow.
That's because everybody loves
September-
Rod Stewart.
September, I don't even think was from that year. I just threw it on there because it was the 70s. Play That Funky Music was popular that year. It was the number 1 song. And then Silly Love Songs was second, actually, for that
Was it
year.
really?
Yeah. It was, which was another thing that actually
I knew it
surprised me.
wasn't number one, but I'm kind of
It was a
surprised it
popular
was
song.
that.
Yeah.
I always
So,
forget how popular it was.
What, Rod Stewart or
The Wings.
Wings?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Silly Love
is
Song.
because we
It's
never
not my
talk about
favorite
them.
Wings
they're,
song.
They're a band that's kind of been like slowly forgotten over the years a little bit. They
Well-
still have a few songs that like are on the radio.
I think
all the
people
time.
just clump them in
Live and
with
let
Paul
die.
McCartney,
Bon, bon. That's true.
and nobody really thinks about Denny Lane's contribution or like anybody else's in the band's songs
I don't.
or anything.
It'll always just be. Well, he's the big face of the
Yeah.
band.
All right, I just found it. Rod Stewart at Copacabana or Copacabana.
At the
Beach.
Copacabana.
Copacabana.
Copacabana. There we go.
There you go.
Only took like 10 times.
Wow.
3.5 million people in '94.
Isn't that insane?
Crazy.
And
I can't
In
even sing you a
94?
full Rod Stewart song.
and then Jean-Michel Jarre also is credited with 3.5 million people, but I guess
That's
not.
insane.
Well, the
the
fun-
Stones
5
get up
million
into like
people?
the Stones. I don't think
It's
have had
like-
anything that reached over 2 million, but they've
you
had like
imagine?
multiple shows where over 1 million people
Well,
showed up.
well, there was a time, folks, when Rod Stewart didn't suck. He used to be in the
How do you
Jeff
fit
Beck
that
group.
many people?
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah. He used to be a great rock and roll singer, and then he had "Do You Think
Just
I'm
got
Sexy?" And he's
really
like,
creepy.
"Yeah, I'm singing for ladies now."
Could you
It's
imagine
so
being like at the
gross.
back of that concert with 3.5 million people in front of you? You're like,
you
loud
please
as
And
sit
it's
fuck.
in
down?
'94, so do they have
Sir,
the
can you
huge
please sit
monitors and
down?
stuff like they
Yeah,
do now?
I'm pretty sure they did.
Did they? Oh, I
They had to
guess
have that
from them.
something.
That sucked of like
Because otherwise you wouldn't hear
1960s.
anything.
I mean,
Alright.
Jean-Michel
Sir,
Jarre
can
has like
Who's ready?
2 and 3. That's pretty
Oh my
crazy.
God.
Who's ready for the next one?
I'm
I'm ready for the
ready. I am.
next one.
This is the '60s. This is Michael's.
I
This is
should
getting
be
into
able to
Michael's
get this.
expert
Michael
area.
can get this.
What was the most popular song of 1964? Was it A, I Want to Hold Your Hand by the Beatles, B, Can't Get No Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones, C, House of the Rising Sun by the Animals,
Oh my
or D,
God.
I Get Around by the Beach Boys?
I'm going with
Those
the
are all
Beatles.
extremely popular songs.
Yeah.
I'm-
Now, I will
Ooh,
give
I'm
you a
thinking House of
hint.
the Rising Sun.
I will
Alright.
give you a hint. 3 of the 4 songs were, including the answer, were #1 singles of that year.
Wow.
One of those songs was the #1 single of the year after. Or
That's
3 years
Satisfaction.
after.
Wait,
It is Satisfaction.
Okay, I'm gonna go with
Satisfaction
Beatles.
was after.
Was after. Yeah, good call,
Okay.
Michael.
Shoot.
what
I'm either going with the Animals or the Beatles.
what were the choices again?
I think it might
It
be
was.
the Beatles.
I
I'm
can't.
gonna go with that.
I Get
I'm gonna go
Around.
with the Beatles.
64.
I Get
coming over
Around
to the
I don't
US.
think
by
it's
the
the
Beach Boys.
Not everyone loved the Beach Boys.
House of the Rising
honestly.
Sun by the Animals, or
I just don't remember.
I
which
Want to
Beatles
Hold
song.
Your Hand by the Beatles.
I'm going to go with the Beatles. They were like
The way that you
the
hesitated there to say the
heartthrobs.
last answer, I want to.
Chronology. Well, the thing was, I Want to Hold Your
Everyone
Hand.
loved the
Was
Beatles.
that 60?
I don't know.
I don't. So 64 was when the Beatles came to America. So I gotta say, the Beatles. On
I'm
this.
gonna go
Beatles?
with the Beatles too because
Luke Cunningham.
I think
Are
they
you
were just more
Googling
popular
anything?
than the
Oh
Animals.
no, I'm not googling.
What
But
do you
yes,
say?
I was gonna go with the Beatles.
It is the
Playing
Beatles.
It is?
Yeah, absolutely. I Get Around was also #1 of that year. So was House of the Rising Sun.
Yeah.
But no, the I Want to Hold Your Hand was that, and the only one
Wow.
that was competition for it was another Beatles song. I don't.
Yeah.
remember.
Just another one, and another one.
I think it would have been funny if you just
There you
like
go.
picked 4 or 5 Beatles songs.
4 or
and
5
then
beat.
just asked us to do,
Now
like,
we're
one of
getting
those.
to that.
Oh my god.
We're
Are
getting.
you gonna ask what the highest charting Beatles song was?
No, 19. The last question we have was we have 2 more. But the last
Alright.
question we have was the most popular song in 1942, and it will be very, very difficult.
I'm pumped.
In
Yeah.
1942.
It is gonna freak you out. Don't
my
Google
God.
it. Make sure
No,
he's
I'm not googling
cheating.
it.
He's not.
I was just trying to get it up
Ready?
on,
Playing songs.
online
What was
so I
the
could
most
play it.
popular song of 1957? Was it A, That'll Be the Day by Buddy Holly and the Crickets?
I love Buddy Holly.
I love Buddy Holly.
Well, that'll be the
Day.
That was-
B.
I think that was my grandma's ringtone.
It's
on
so
her
good.
phone for a
It's I
while.
love that. Buddy Holly
I listen
does
to
not
the
get the
Chirping
credit he
Crickets
deserves.
album every once in a while.
Really? I'm
Just
pretty
the-
sure
yeah.
it's
Like-
still my grandma's ringtone, actually.
Like every
Oh, listen to that voice.
every few
That
weeks,
song.
I just listen to the album like 10 times.
Oh yeah, it's so good, and he is just excellent. I love Buddy Holly. Anyway, no, so now it's That'll Be the Day by Buddy Holly and the Crickets, The Twist by Chubby Checkers,
Ooh.
Autumn Leaves by Roger Williams, or D, All Shook Up by Elvis Presley.
Oh.
The Twist.
You think it's the
I'm gonna say The
twist?
I think.
Now all
I think it's The
I
Twist.
believe all 4 of these songs were charted at #1 that year.
I don't know.
Well, it's kind of hard because Let's Twist Again was like one of the highest charting songs of all time, but that's not The Twist.
No.
Then
Yeah.
again, I'm still going with The Twist.
I
gonna
feel
go with
like
the
Chubby
twist.
Checkers. That was like his
His
big,
year?
big hit, and then
Yeah.
he just kind of like faded off.
Well, he
So-
died with Richie Valens
Well, yeah.
and Buddy Holly.
And Buddy
on a
Holly.
plane, Yeah.
Wait, Chubby
For
Checker?
sure.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
plane crash.
No, he's still alive. The Big Bopper died in the plane crash.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Hello, baby.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
All right, Luke, what are you saying?
I'm just gonna go with the Crickets on this one. I don't know
I'm
if
gonna
it's
go with-
good.
All
Twist.
all three of you are wrong.
Oh.
It is
Really?
D, All Shook Up by Elvis Presley.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we kind
And
of
he stole the show with that one.
why
actually.
wasn't I? It's Elvis.
We
Yeah.
overlooked
Yeah,
that.
but
It's
I
Elvis
didn't-
in
I couldn't believe you guys
1957,
didn't
of
put it
course.
But I
together.
didn't
It's
think
it's
that was
it's
his
definitely
most
Elvis.
like popular. Wow.
Yeah, it's without a
That's
yeah.
cheesy.
Yeah, it was the most popular song. And it was by a lot too, I believe.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, now for the last question. Let me see if I wrote this in.
You see, we all
was it-
overthought that too
Yes,
much.
completely.
All right, so what was
Not
the
very
most
good.
popular song of 1942?
Oh my god.
Was it, ready for this? A, I'll Be Seeing You by Bing Crosby. B, Swingin' on a Star by Bing Crosby.
Oh my god.
C, I Love You by Bing Crosby.
Oh man.
Or D, Don't Fence Me In by Bing Crosby.
Oh my
Now,
God.
fun fact
Give
about
me
these
land,
four,
Lots of land.
all
I don't
three
know.
three of those four songs were #1 hits that year, and the other one of the songs was the biggest hit of the next year.
Okay.
Because
so-
Bing Crosby was on a roll, man. I mean, he dominated the chart. Like, I was like,
don't know.
I don't even listen to that much Bing Crosby, but he was like
neither.
all
Yeah,
people
because
listened
you're
to in the
a normal
1940s.
18-year-old
Yeah.
in the year.
Yeah, but I feel like Elvis. I love Elvis.
Well, yeah,
because he
like,
was super popular.
rock and roll is one
like an
thing.
icon,
Bing
though.
All right,
Crosby.
all right. Let's get some guesses here, folks.
What are the songs
They
again?
were
don't
they
know.
were I'll Be Seeing You, Swinging on a Star,
It's Swinging on a Star.
That's what I'm gonna go
I
with.
Love You, or Don't Fence Me In.
Swinging on a Star.
I'm gonna
Okay,
go with
since
Swinging on a
everybody's
Star.
saying "Swinging on a Star," I'm gonna go with "Don't Fence Me In."
It's Swinging on a Star.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it
it
really?
is. So Swinging on a
Yeah.
Star by Bing Crosby was the most popular song of 1942. However,
Totally knew
I'll
that.
Be Seeing You,
Yeah.
I Love You, and Don't Fence Me In were all #1 songs in 1942.
Wow.
So I take that back. It wasn't the most popular one the next year. So all four of those songs were #1 singles that year, which
That's
is
so
crazy.
He had it going.
Yeah, no, he was booking. All right.
Also, if you think about it, there was like no Spotify, nothing. Like you had
Yeah.
to go buy like.
Yeah.
But on the
Records.
other end, that kind of focused.
Yeah,
music
see,
a
that's the
lot
thing.
more.
I think
Yeah.
nowadays, I think it's a lot easier for musicians to get sort of famous.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, I think we see less and less
of the
stars that
icons.
dominate the charts.
Well,
We see people like Ed Sheeran where he's got, I went and I looked at 2017's Ed Sheeran dominated it. I think Shape of You was on top for a really long time.
Castle on the
Hill
Hill.
was on there, and then Perfect finished the year out as #1 on the charts.
Can I give a really hot take about modern music?
Say
Sure.
it. Say it.
I think the reason for that is artists somehow spend too much time like in between music creating something that isn't, I guess, like an artist will take 3 years to put out an album that's like pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But think about the Beatles. They were churning out albums like every 6
Right?
months.
And,
And
each
it's
album was
iconic.
like still so
Well, here's
incredible.
the thing. It's
Yeah.
because there weren't any like, well, I feel like
There's no like pressure anymore, obviously, because
Exactly.
record companies barely exist as is
Yeah.
now.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true, but I think I don't know. I feel like I kind of
think
at the
there's
same
a
time. I
happy
think
medium.
But
think
yeah,
the
then there-
stars. I think stars don't release as much music as they like, not as quick as they used to. But I think like I look around at like other people who are like writing music and stuff. Like I released an album like a year ago, and I haven't released.
Check
one
out the
since
moon
then.
rays, folks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Small plug. Small plug.
Small plug.
But at the same
Start playing
time,
the
I have
moon
also I know of other artists who release a new song on SoundCloud like every 8 minutes.
Yeah.
It's and I mean
You're
they're-
like so
I know
right.
people and they have like 40 songs on SoundCloud and I'm like no
Yeah.
one cares. Like put all of your songs in like a big group and release them. So but like with some months in between
Yeah.
cuz they're doing it like every day.
I feel like you should strive to put out an album a year, maybe every 2 years.
yeah, well I mean
And
if you
stuff-
got the money then I mean like
Well, yeah, also recording is very expensive.
Yeah, like if you want to do it right, like again, usually with these people that I've mentioned, aforementioned, they usually, it's like garage band and stuff, which I get.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
like, that's what I,
That's what I do.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't understand how like really big people
Yeah, no,
can go
no.
like 3 or 4 years without putting out an
Yeah.
album. It's like
Well,
if you're popular now,
Yeah, but I guess if
There's a
you're,
lot
like,
of touring
I
now,
think there's
too.
like a lot of there's a lot more touring now. And
Led
look at
Zeppelin
look at
recorded their
guys
second album
look at-
on tour.
Look at guys like Hosier though, where it's like I feel like for Hosier to top Hosier,
Nearly
that's
impossible.
hard.
And
That is
also, it's like now there's
True.
so many like stars go from interview to interview to interview to red carpet, and it's more of like you're a public figure rather than
yeah.
just a musician. Where I feel like the Beatles, like you can find a ton of interviews that they've done, but it's pretty hard to find a lot. Like
I guess it is kind of bad to say
It's
the
also
Beatles
more
as an example because they
accessible
stopped
media, though.
touring in
Yeah.
1966. Do you think that today's the last me interviewing you,
We're going to segue.
I just love talking about music. But do you think that the modern music consumption landscape, Spotify, Apple Music,
Yeah.
streaming, do you think that's created an almost marginal increase in one-hit wonders or people?
I could say the same. Look at some of these artists that I've gone over today. I mean, a lot of these people, and the more I like researched it and stuff, the more I saw to it that like it's 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so we have
Yeah.
just been given a note that our show has just been. We got 5-10 minutes, and we
All right.
have a lot to do. Michael, you've just released an album. It is original. It is excellent. You have brought an original song here
Yes,
to jam
yes,
with
I
us.
have.
Tell us a little bit about that song, very quickly before we get
Real
into
quick,
it.
So
real
I,
quick.
And
I,
we are all gonna jam on.
I
it.
released an
Here.
A-side,
Yeah,
B-side
you got it?
single.
Something else?
It's called You Don't Know Nothing Yet / Fields of Amber, which is the two songs that are on it. Check it out. It's on Spotify. It's on Bandcamp. It's going to soon be on Apple Music. It's kind of on
It's so hard to
YouTube
do.
right
Yeah.
now,
It's
but
under
it's
various artists. But if
yeah,
you
it's-
Google it and then you hit this week, it'll come up.
yeah, and if you also search my name with Fields of Amber, it'll come. Like that song's on it, but not the other one. Anyway, this is the B-side.
Yeah, let's
It's
hear it.
called Fields of
Let's do
Amber.
it. Let's do it.
All right. There's a little finger picking intro that I'm gonna play, and then
Yeah,
I can't wait to see what you guys have prepared for this.
Yeah, I'm excited for the bass.
I'm
line.
really
Let's see if I can
prepared
still
for
remember
this.
it.
I dreamt of you again last night, but woke up to find my pillow there instead. And I was lying on my bed, thoughts of you running through my head. Love can be pretty hard, wouldn't you say? Seems to get harder every day. I've got nothing to do except sit here missing you. It gets so hard. In fields of amber I can be found, looking for a love that is as true. On crooked wings my words fly through, and I send them straight to you. Love can be pretty hard, wouldn't you say? Seems to get harder every day. I've got nothing to do except sit here missing you. It gets so hard. Though you're miles away, and I'm not even how you feel? And is my love even real? Seems that time for me will reveal. Love can be pretty hard, wouldn't you say? Seems to get harder every day. I've got nothing to do except sit here missing you. It gets so hard, hard. It gets so hard, hard. It gets so hard. Oh,
All right.
man.
I love that song so much.
It's so much fun to
anyone-
perform it with you guys.
That was awesome, Michael. Thank
That
you
was
very
so
much.
cool.
We are not going to have you draw for your wacky percussion instruments. All right, here, give him something to play the girl with. For
Oh
our
yeah,
song.
give me a.
Did you hear my bass line? It wasn't close
here.
enough to the mic. I don't
is in
think.
there
I was
too.
so upset. I was like, I can't wait for Michael to hear the
All
bass
right.
line. And
I
don't get
totally
hear
like
the
started
bass
to go
line.
offbeat at the end there,
It's all right.
but I think it's
I think I
fine.
was offbeat too, because I could hear the bass.
All right,
Anyway,
so for Tony and I's song, we have Rivers and Roads by The Head and the Heart.
and we're gonna get right into it and not talk anything else
Is there
about it because we have to
anything
go.
else I
All
could,
right, ready?
Get
Oh, yeah.
on over
Yeah,
here.
yeah, quick,
Grab the
give me
sandbox.
Oh yeah.
Sandblocks.
Here, don't just surprise me.
Here, just,
You want
just
sandblocks or kazoo?
Sandblocks or kazoo?
Here, you can have both.
Definitely the kazoo, no question.
Wait, the other
All right.
sandblocks and what? Okay,
Ready?
It's fine.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Oh, this is gonna be hard with these headphones.
Hum
There
into
we
it.
go.
Others, yeah, that side. You hum,
Oh
yeah.
man, I'm just gonna take my headphones off.
Okay, it's working.
Okay.
It's working.
Hold on.
Go for it.
Okay,
All
my
right.
headphones aren't working.
Yeah, my headphones aren't working.
Okay, ready?
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Talking about the way things been, and our friends have gone away. They're going to better places, but our friends have gone away.
Nothing is as it has been. I miss your face like hell, but I guess
All right, everybody. That was the Tony and Heather Music Show.
Yes.
Michael McInerney, God amongst men.
I
Thank
love.
you very
That was
much.
so fun.
I'm gonna start playing the spoons now, guys.
Okay.
That was the most
Full time?
fun I've had jamming in a while.
Yeah.
We are out of time.
Aw.
Michael, you are the best. I love you very much. Heather, I love you too. Luke Cunningham
What's up?
for pulling it all together
you, Luke
on the
Cunningham,
spot,
for
on the
saving
board.
us.
I appreciate it
And
very
everyone
much.
at LTTV.
And
Oh, yeah.
LTTV,
Matthew
to our boss
O'Malley for
Bill,
directing.
and to the one and only Matt O'Malley.
You're all beautiful.
This
Thank
is
you.
Rock-a-thon.
Donate to Rock-a-thon. It's very important.
And
WLTL does a lot of
And
good
check
stuff.
out You Don't Know Nothing Yet / Fields
Oh,
of
that's
Amber
right.
by Michael McInerney on
Yes.
Spotify.
You
and
will-
soon Apple Music, please.
Let's hope so. They
iTunes?
messed up our name. So get
They'll
ready
probably
for
mess
it.
up. I'll be various artists.
Michael McInerney.
Oh yeah, I was just looking it
Alright.
up. Like I was gonna play some of your stuff as a joke, and because when we were talking about you like
Yeah,
self-promoting,
It's so hard to find his stuff.
and it's like
Yeah, I'm
there's like
kind of
another
underground.
band that's
Yeah.
like Halloween music or something.
Yeah.
Oh, with you. All
Alright,
I'm done.
thank you.
I'm done.
Thank you very much.
Rock-a-thon.
Have a lovely
Thank
day.
you so much, Luke. Saved our ass.
Make sure to donate to Rock-a-thon. Call in 708-482-9585. 708-482 WLTL. We got about 9 hours left to Rock-a-thon, I want to say. Maybe more than that, and I'm just way off. But find out pretty soon. Up next, we got David Bowie here on WLTL.